My mic was muted on YouTube side. I always mess it up. I always mess up something. You know, every time I screw something up. Wi-Fi Gospel with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, "Send Bryce all your money, you degenerates." Heck yeah, man. It's my wife and 10% of my parish's name day. Many years, my friend. Many years. That's fantastic. What's up, man?
Hello.
Yo, what's going on? Oh, my mic was muted. Sorry. What's up?
Cool. So I am an Orthodox Christian, actually very recently baptized, but there's this thing called essence energies distinction, and supposedly you're an expert on this. And the thing is, like, I kind of find it hard to believe in because it feels as if the saints are saying that we're going to become God.
Well, I mean, so you have to realize that, like, whether or not there is the essence energies distinction, like, any apostolic tradition that affirms that we become gods to a degree, like, all of the apostolic traditions do that, because that's like some of the very first things that the earliest fathers taught, like especially like Saint Irenaeus. I mean, he literally said himself, he said God became man so that man may become God.
Yeah, I read that in his book against
heresies.
Yeah, against heresies.
But the thing is, though, is that when we say that we become gods, that's not us saying that we're becoming gods by nature, that we're becoming gods by grace. It's not even close to the same thing. And grace is an energy. So that's something that's being provided to us. We're participating in divinity. We are not literally identical to divinity. Does that make sense?
There's this analogy that a priest gave me, and I just want to like say it to you. Then maybe you could like re-explain it to me in other words. Maybe then it would make sense, because to me it still sounds like we're saying that we're gonna become gods. So basically, you take an iron rod or something, you put it in fire. You know, it starts glowing. It takes the heat of the fire and whatnot. It has the properties of the fire, but it's not the fire.
Yeah. That's St. Gregory Palamas's analogy, actually. That's the analogy that he uses at the second Palamite Council, actually. The one from 1348. Mm-hmm. I think he uses that exact analogy, hilariously enough. Yeah, I mean, do you have an issue with that analogy? I mean, like, what's the part of that analogy that rubs you the wrong way?
I mean, it still feels like we are becoming God, because it's saying that we now get the attributes of God, which to me is kind of...
but you're not taking on the essence of the fire when you're an iron being enlightened by it, right?
Excuse me, could you repeat that, please? I didn't.
Yeah. So the property that makes you what you are, mm-hmm. right? That's your essence, right?
Yeah.
And with that analogy, specifically, it explicitly states that it's that you take on the properties that are of the essence of the fire, mm-hmm. but you are not still the essence of the fire. You still do not become literally the essence. So when we say that we become God, we're saying that we participate in divinity as an energy. We're not saying that you literally take on the essence of God. You can't do that. That's not possible.
Okay, so basically, like, we get the heat of the fire, we get the light of the fire, but we are not the fire. We can do what the fire does, but we are not the fire.
Only by the grace of God himself. That's the only thing that allows that to even occur.
Okay. but then what? As an ex-Protestant myself, I kind of have to ask, what's the difference between that and, you know, the belief that we held in Protestantism, that, you know, we just become more like God, as like we become more loving, we share more, you know, we just have more virtues. Is that basically what's being said?
I mean, I would say that, like, most of the, like, earliest Protestants, you know, like, affirmed a understanding of theosis. You know, so like theosis it sounds like the thing you have a problem with, not essence energy's distinction. Because theosis is the doctrine of deification.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
does that not come from that doesn't isn't that kind of linked to essence energies
Essence and energies is a part of it, but at the same time, the theosis is affirmed as well by Roman Catholics and to a degree Oriental Orthodox, right? So it's not something that's only talked about in Eastern Orthodoxy. Theosis is something that pretty much all of the apostolic, like historically apostolic traditions are connected to, but the Roman Catholics don't affirm the essence energies distinction, but they still have a understanding of theosis, if that makes sense.
Okay, but I don't think that the Orientals hold on to essence energies distinction, because the only reason why excuse me, because the only reason why I came to ask is because I had a conversation a while ago with an Oriental who told me that, you know, it doesn't make sense for us to affirm that humans become like God. Because
why does that not make sense? Like, what's wrong with that?
I don't know, but like for instance, I don't remember which saint I heard this from, but he said something like we move from created to uncreated. Is that?
Well, I mean, like if we take on like that the properties that an uncreating being possesses, we don't literally become uncreated in our essence, but we simply just take on properties that are originated by an uncreated being.
Okay, so basically, our essence is still created. We're still creatures. However, but like for instance, we are not bound by time or space, basically.
Yeah, because you also like, have you ever read Saint Maximus the Confessor?
No, I haven't read anything on him yet.
So Saint Maximus the Confessor actually kind of talks about that a little bit, regarding kind of like how we take on different properties and stuff, like especially when we're in heaven. Because you have to remember that heaven is in a different understanding of time than we are here. We live in this thing called the chronos down here, which is a linear movement of time. There's things can be measured by motion and space, right? In heaven, that's not possible, right? So in heaven, something like that, like even some of the people that we don't even affirm, like people like Thomas Aquinas, even, right? Like he actually has a pretty cool thing on like angels and how they don't move through space, rather they are one place and then another. Some of our saints talk about it in the same way. And so like it's a different understanding of time. It's called aeon, which is motionless time. So it's basically time that can't be measured by motion, and rather it's just there's basically no form of logical space or physical space that can be measured. And so that's the reason why, like, for example, if you notice in the book of Revelation, it says that the Apostle John, when he went to heaven, he was able to hear all of creation, right? Doesn't that sound like he had kind of like an omniscience to a degree?
Yes, I understand. So I guess that's also one of the reasons why we affirm saintly intercession.
Yes, because if the saints have the property to be able to hear all of creation,
Yes,
that would make sense. Mario says that you must join his live instead. Hey, I tell you what, if they send me Orthodox Sinner, tell Mario to send me the StreamYard link, and I'll stream over here too. I'll stream his stream on my stream, and then I'll take some of his viewers because I'm mean like that.
all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Join Mario's stream real quick. Okay, hold on. Cleavetoantiquity and Mario want me to join their stream. Give me a second.
The physical self. Oh, dude. He agrees that there's times for harshness. So, is really what he wants just for him to determine when it's time and when it's not?
Yes.
Look, no, Christ-like is when you listen to my arbitrary sensitivities based on a Christian spinoff, evangelicalism, that started like 5 seconds ago. And if you're not up to speed on what my smoke show church says, my TED talk, if you're not up to speed with what Pastor Bob said on saying bad worded dudes, then what do we? I don't want to freaking talk to you. I don't think that you're biblically masculine at all. What do we?
Okay, so combine your streams.
Being very nice.
Bryce is in the chat, brother. Yeah, send him the link. Or better yet, I'll send it to him.
Yeah, you send him the link. I'll keep the debate going if he wants to hop in.
Yeah. You're gonna be bathing with the fishes.
All right. All right, guys. I guess that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna join Cleve's Antiquity and Christian Mario. I'm gonna join their stream and review something with them, I guess. Eric Coda with the $2. Thank you very much. Well, I'm gonna stay on my stream. I'm gonna keep streaming over here. Vile Vendetta for $2 said other dudes told me to send you all my money. Thank you. Appreciate that. Debate Jason on the papacy? No, I don't think I will. He's uncharitable. And you know that I'm cool with talking about the papacy. I talk about papacy about people all the time. But Jason is uncharitable. We hijacked the stream. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me grab. Yeah, he's hijacking my stream, but I am going to continue streaming on my side though, because I'm a dick like that. Hold on. Oh crap, that's the wrong button. All right, and then will you have a formal debate with him? I literally just debated on the papacy formally. I don't care to immediately debate somebody on the papacy right after that. I'm trying to move more into Christology. The papacy is boring. It's extremely boring. Your YouTube is more behind than TikTok by like 30 seconds. So? Whoa.
Javi 8129 super chatted $10. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Javi with the $10. Appreciate that. Oh, crap. Let me do... Oh, man. Dang, what do you mean you can't access my devices, bro? Let me try this. Here, I gotta turn my camera off for a second, guys. Hold on. I will turn it back on in a second.
What I mean?
Yo, what the heck? He's here. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryce J, everybody. We're going to put him up to the stage as soon as I figure out how to... Never had this many people on at one time. I'm kind of stupid. Forgive me, dude. I'm going to put you in there. Wait, what? That's not what I meant to do. What? Add to stage. There we go. Let's
there we go. What's up, man? How's it going?
How's it going, Bryce?
Doing good, man. I got to figure out how to show just this part of my screen. Hold on. Because I'm streaming on my YouTube right now, and my camera is currently on over there. And so now they're currently in the dark. So give me just a second here.
Join us, Bryce. Join us.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with being in here. I don't mind. I just want to at least continue my stream because I'm on YouTube and TikTok. So.
We all gotta. The thing is with us Orthodox YouTubers is we gotta like try to coordinate to some extent. There will always be overlap.
Oh yeah.
There's too many of us, but we can at least like kind of try sometimes. But you know, we'll
yeah, I
never
agree.
Dude, there's a lot of people who are leaning into live streaming right now. So I don't know. I think it's going to be near impossible.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to compete with each other, but also promote each other. I think the most important thing is like just keeping a goodwill sort of thing where it's like, oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. That's narcissistic. No, I don't like that. We'll just keep this for now. No, but it's like we're gonna have to we'll boost each other and promote each other, but at the same time, we have to compete to some extent. But
Oh
if
yeah.
you DM me your stuff at any point, I'll repost it. And that's kind of what the deal I like to do is if you've got something, I'll repost it. When I do something, you repost it. If it
Yeah, no, I'm
conflicts
down.
with something you're doing, then you can ignore it. But in general, let's repost each other's stuff, you know?
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm down.
normally if I see somebody's got like a stream planned at the same time as mine and I'm cool with them, I'm like, dude, I'll just hop on your stream if you move it back a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah, no, I
collab,
totally do
we'll
that.
boost up, and then I send the stream over, or I send the people over, or whatever. But let's
Yeah, I
get
just
back
gotta
into
get I
this.
just
I
gotta
wanna
get
see-
better. I gotta get better at using StreamYard. I'm so
Eradicated,
bad
we
at
both
it.
agree that wives should obey their husbands and keep the house. And he can correct me if he doesn't agree with me on any of those things, but from all of my listening to him, I'm quite confident that he does. So the issue at hand, when we discuss this, is we're going to be discussing what he will try to brand as tone. And he will say that I am tone policing. And tone policing is a phrase much like the word racist or misogynist a few years ago. When you got called a racist, you were supposed to scream and bow down and grovel because you've committed the unforgivable sin. Now those words have lost their power. Tone policing is the thing now. You're tone policing me, and so you're just supposed to freak out because that means that you're an effeminate weakling. There's a difference, though.
Bro, dude, he's the new MLK, dude. He's standing up against the bigotry of the people that are against tone policing. Dude, he's a civil rights icon. He understands, dude, that the ortho bros that say that tone policing is bad, hey, that's not cool, man. As a person of tone police, I need to be normalized. I need to have civil rights. I need it in the Constitution that it's my right to control your tone at all times. Bro, dude, bro's oppressed for real. That's tough. I wonder
Did
how
you
he's
see
handling that.
did you see the craziness on X where the lady that was like telling Rachel Wilson that she should have aborted her kids, but Andrew said like a no word, so everyone was like, "Oh, Andrew's so evil, dude. He said a bad word."
What's
but this
worse?
lady just said like,
Evangelicals, I have a question. What's worse? Wishing death on somebody and their kids, or saying shut the F up after someone says that to you? Which is worse? I bet for you guys, you're going to go sin's equal. All sin is equal, so they're both equally bad. That's what happens when you are an egalitarian and have no sense of hierarchy. Your religion is unserious. That is a dumb thing to say.
You also
And Cleve's
notice
not
as well
nice
with
to me to say that, but
you also know as well with Andrew. You notice how like people when they attack Andrew, they don't attack him, they attack his wife. Like every time. Like I was actually talking with this about I was talking about this with him at DebateCon 6 when we were sitting like after the debate was over. They always go after his wife. They never go after him. Because they know that like that's like, first off, it's just not fair ground. Honestly, I think like if you attack family, you're just like you're insane.
Yeah.
Like you're an insane person to do that. I think it's crazy.
that's why I really don't want my fiance to ever show face on here, because it's like these people will wish death and rape on you.
yeah,
And
They
they
will.
will comment disgusting things. And look, I'm going to bring it up, but when Ben's wife, when there's one picture of his wife that was totally modest, nothing wrong with it, you had guys posting about them doing very terrible things to themselves to that picture and commenting that
Oh.
that's what they were doing. And so I don't say that to be vulgar or to shock anyone. I say that because you need to protect your loved ones. If you're going to be a public figure, do not have your children running around
right.
or your wife running around on your stream, because there are pedophiles, rapists, and freaks who will do reprehensible things. And that's the real thing we should be
and not
signaling about.
me, Ben Luigi.
I'm definitely getting banned from TikTok.
No, because here's the thing too, and I'll say this. I don't really care very much about bad words. But as soon as I see sexual impropriety or things like that, that's when we go ham and we piety signal on you. Because certain things can't be tolerated. There must be some degree of gatekeeping. But, you know, I think we should do a live react to Made by Jim Bob's debate as he does it. And we'll just get back into this BS and make fun of this guy a little more
Between
for now.
tone policing
Is he
and
about to do
upholding
one?
biblical standards. And that's what I'm arguing for today. Now, if Andrew didn't want to
I
debate,
didn't realize that. Yeah, but in 30 minutes.
Oh,
if
dude.
he didn't want me to sermonize, if he didn't want me to come from scripture, then he shouldn't have chosen to debate with me on the issues which I have brought to him, which are specifically scriptural and tone-related issues. You can say tone. I'm saying tone because that's what people like to say, but it's not tone policing. I'm talking about biblical standards and whether or not we as Christians hold men to biblical standards or not.
Biblical
That's the question.
standards.
So actual tone.
This dude
policing
sounds
is
like a
that
soy
there is
jack,
form of
dude. I
tone
don't.
policing. It really is just feminine sensibilities getting offended,
He is
and they don't like
blood
the fact that you're saying true
incarnate.
things.
He
And
is
you know what? Andrew
blood.
says a lot of truth.
Let me
there,
let
and I
me let me
appreciate a lot
address
of the things
this
that he
comment
says.
real quick.
And I'm not.
Yeah,
Somebody
what's
says
up?
Cleve. Somebody says Cleve. Is that a beer? You know that's a sin. No, dog. This is Diet Sam's Cola, dude. Peak.
Don't
Peak.
you
Sam's
ever
Cola.
On my
accuse
level,
him of
dude.
sin. We would never drink beer. I've never done that on live.
Dude,
All right.
I pray 25 hours a day, dude. I pray on my knees in broken glass 27 hours a day with my eyes wide
do
open,
28.
staring into a flickering
I do
candle.
28. I do 28. I'm not
Okay.
trying to diss. I do 28.
Well, you're just way more pious than me. You're way more pious and humble. You're like the most pious and humble guy I've ever met.
And I
Well,
looked
I
at
don't.
him-
I don't mean to. I don't mean to brag, but like, I'm kind of 29 for me. But that's just.
What? I don't believe you. Nobody does 29. Dude, you're bragging.
Since the
Bragging
since the
percent.
nativity fast started, I haven't eaten a single piece of food.
Whoa! That's kind of amazing. Well, when the nativity fast started, I actually started throwing up food that I had ate the day prior because I was like, that's not pious for me to be digesting during the fast. I don't know if you guys don't do a pre-fast to every fast because I do triple whatever the fast is as a pre-fast before every fast. You guys
That's
don't do
true.
that? Oh,
Well,
you
you know
guys
what?
don't
I do
Today-
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
You know
know
what?
guys
You know
were
what
pious.
though? You know what though? I'll one up that because I'm just a little more pious and humble. I think.
Oh, okay.
Today I actually threw up 6 or 7 times. So
6'7". 6'7". Okay, look, I don't mean to sound pious, but every single morning I throw up whatever I ate the night prior, and it was fast-friendly food. Then I do that to prepare myself to never eat again because I plan to be the first man to be on IV forever and never eat.
That's true.
I will function
true.
as if I'm in a coma so that I can out-pious every single one of you lowlifes. You're beneath me.
Hmm.
That's how they sound to me, dude.
I'm so pious that I'm not going to tell you guys about what I do. How about that?
I like the allure of that one. That one's very alluring. It's like, bro's like secretly pious. That's crazy, dude.
I'm obscure.
Bro's so humble though. Like, bro, I can tell you're humble from that, dude. There's like so much humility. I don't know where to start with that. The other Paul, when I make it big and married with kids, my wife and children's faces will never be a mile of my camera's content.
Smart.
Epic, massive, true. Let's get back to the debate for a second here. Oh, wow, dude. That's not what I meant to do. I kind of like this because it makes me really way bigger than you guys because I have the biggest heart because I'm the most pious. So I kind of like the way that it makes me look.
But I'm the most
But I'm
humble
not
though, because
vain.
I said that I'm not telling you guys anything, so I'm actually the most humble.
But I'm also not vain, so I'll let everybody share here.
I'm not bothered by the fact that he says things that offend people. That's great. We're going to get into what I am bothered by in just a minute.
No, I don't care that he defends people. I just care that he offends me. That's his position.
Okay, so some people need to be offended. If you listen to Jesus is My Boyfriend songs at church every weekend, you're probably going to be offended by real prophets. So I have no problem with my worldview allows for harsh words in their proper time. However, applying the Bible to our conduct is not feminine sensibilities. And I remind everyone again, this is the topic that he asked for. So if he wants to keep saying that I'm sermonizing and I'm tone policing, he's the one who asked me to debate. Yes, I did send a tweet that challenged him after he initially challenged me to a debate, and I can post all the screenshots on my Twitter if you would like to see them. Okay, so now we have to define.
I don't believe in feminine sensibilities, but I can post the screenshots on my Twitter.
Dude, X is such a cesspit, man. It's like, it's crazy that I'm saying that because I normally do apologetics on TikTok, so I have no room to
TikTok's
talk. But
awesome, dude.
I know it's awful, but at the same time, it's like the easiest way to get open discussions, man. I mean, it's so easy.
Yeah,
That's
nobody debates on YouTube anymore. It seems like
Nobody debates on YouTube, and Twitter Spaces kind of suck. So I think you're kind of right to do that. I just hate TikTok, and I don't feel like using it. But I guess I have to start.
If you debate on TikTok, it's always something super niche. Like what did the Third Ecumenical Council Canon 3 Section 2 say about whatever. Like it's always something like super narrowed down and niche, and it's always with somebody who doesn't show their face on cam. Like I don't understand that. What is the appeal? What is the appeal of watching that? That just seems
To
boring. To me.
to absolutely epically own you. That's why.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's for maximum moggage.
Exactly, because if you don't show your face, you're
which one of
mobbing.
us is closer. First of all, there's masculinity. Masculinity, pretty obviously, is manliness. It is things which are distinctly male, things that are distinct or more prevalent or more commendable in males rather than females. And I would say Andrew wins when it comes to the beard. By the way, I give him that. I love his beard. It's awesome. I hope one day I can have a beard like that.
I love your beard, Andrew.
I love your beard. Yeah, okay. He like tries to be cute and funny throughout, and it's like, dude, you suck. You suck, dude. Oh my gosh.
In the masculine
Mario,
physical realm,
I'm a little more biased than you. I think he's actually just a little misunderstood. You know, I think we need to show him. We need to show him grace. We need to really approach him in a very gentle and ironic way.
Actually, I think he's being like really genuine right now. Like he's like really genuine, and he's like sharing how he feels. And like
you are displaying rotten fruits right now by judging him. Don't you know you're not supposed to judge anyone ever in any context ever? And if you do, you're evil and you're a bigot, and I hate you. And you're going to
unless somebody says a bad word, in which case they must step down, delete their social media.
It's true.
Register into an asylum immediately for transgressing against evangelical Karen law.
There was actually
the scripture.
There was actually a guy, a Protestant guy, when I was at freaking DebateCon, because I did the surrounded thing, so I got to debate Daniel Hakikachu, and freaking there was a Protestant guy that was part of the panel with me, and his Daniel's argument basically was that modern Christianity is only teaches love and peace, so then therefore Islam is better because there's things like blasphemy laws and all these kind of things. And I was the one that went up there, and I was like, this isn't a real critique against historical Christianity, by the way, so I don't know how you can somehow say that Islam is better than Christianity off of this, because, like, first off, traditional Christianity is becoming a lot bigger now. So, like, this whole modern critique thing that you're making is absolutely ridiculous. And then after the argument that I had was over, the Protestant guy then went up right after me and then was like, oh, I'm going to be the Christian that's going to say that that's wrong. And I'm just like, dude, because I was like, yeah, like, you know, Saint Justinian. I was like, blasphemy laws, death penalty. I was like, all that stuff happened. I was like, it's part of the empire, dude. Like, I don't.
Dude,
like,
evangelicals, like, no offense, I love you guys, but please, when an Orthodox Christian is talking, shut up. You just undo whatever we just did. You know, just shut up. Shut up. If you're worried about our tone, then I don't know, go sing Oceans in your car or something. We don't feel like talking to you.
Man, that song's kind of heat sometimes, though.
Yeah, true. It's kind of heat, low key. I should start using Oceans as my background music for my intro. I need a non-copyright version of like synth pads. Sincere Hypocrite says, why can't these people argue about their positions without ever being passive aggressive or making upper-handed remarks about how the other person is evil? Because that's all they have. They have no argument, so they must do that. That's all it is.
Sincere, that's because you're just not pious enough. You see, they're so humble that you think they're underhanding you.
Absolute Cinema. We just got Thomas Hall as a member. He's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. He's good at, like, when I do a debate or something, like, he has like actual insights as to what I could do better, and he presents it in a very like easy to understand way because I'm like low-key retarded. And so when I see his comments, dude, like, bro actually helps me get goated with the sauce. So we're gonna
stop lisping. Stop lisping, Mario.
So we're gonna give him some applause because Thomas Hall's W friend of the show. Absolute Cinema. Absolute Cinema. Okay, let's get back to this freaking guy.
We would all agree on these traits. Andrew and I would agree on these traits. Men are stronger. Men are more aggressive, where women are more conciliatory. Men are more violent, both for good and for evil, than women are. Men are designed and called by God to hold positions of authority, as opposed to women. Men work. They're designed to work. Skilled labor, for example, the skilled trades. Women make up less than 5% in the skilled trades. So there are many physical aspects that men are different than women. Andrew and I would agree on those things. That's not what we're arguing about. So I'm not saying that I am more or less physically masculine than him. We agree on all that stuff. We agree on the definition of masculinity in the physical realm, I think. He can correct me if I'm wrong. The issue where the rub comes in is biblical masculinity. And so for me, my standard is scripture. Part of the reason that I want to have this discussion with Andrew, and part of the reason that
For me, my standard is scripture. You've never debated someone like me before.
brawl with him online is because he claims the name of Christ. So if he didn't claim the name of Christ, he'd just be another guy out there saying stuff, and a lot of it's good, and some of it I would.
Oh, by the way,
you know,
Cleve.
you move on with life. But the issue is, if you're going to be
My wife said you're always. My wife says that. Why are you always looking like you're aura farming? That's what she just said.
Because I am.
He is an aura farmer, like just naturally. He doesn't even have to try to mog.
I just sit there,
This is a
I
very
try to
hot topic right
flex
now.
on cam. That's all I do. I just try to like, just flex on cam. That's all I do. Somebody was saying if I tilt my head back and then I look at the camera, that's an aura farm. I feel like I just look like the World of Warcraft guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta like show off your bling bling. Your bling bling. That's
Dang,
like,
I don't have any bling, but I have this right here. I have this W icon. W
Nice.
icon.
Actually, I actually have a crazy one. You guys keep going.
Ooh, let's see it. Oh yeah, I gotta show you guys this guy again.
Hey, make me
That's
big
awesome.
screen for a second because you got to see all of it.
I'm like not that advanced to know how to do that.
You know how to make yourself that big though. What the heck,
There
man?
you go.
Whoa.
Oh, I like that.
Icon, dude. I love that icon, bro.
No ecumenism in that icon. No ecumenism in that icon. That's how we
Not
like
at
it
all.
around here.
I
Not at all,
I
dude.
like the middle right.
The Muhammad's right here. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna need that icon at some point. That's a W icon.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
love
Skeet.
that
It's
icon.
oh gosh, it's in here. The Dormition Skeet 2006 icon.
That's so
W.
based.
Love
So
it.
based.
Love it. Absolute cinema icon.
And there are shots being fired in all directions on this topic. So, what is a Christian? A Christian is someone who's reflective of scriptural standards in Christ's person. The Bible is my standard. That is what I will be arguing from and inviting Andrew to interact with. I would begin by asserting that all universal Christian commands are a part of Christian
It's piety time.
masculinity. So, if you're going to be a Christian man, a man who models Christianity, then all commands that apply to all Christians would also apply to you. So, for example, the fruits of the Spirit would be part of Christian masculinity. However, there are also commands in Scripture that are specific to men. For example, to love and sacrifice for their wives, to honor and understand their wives, to exercise self-control, to provide for their families, to be dignified, to submit to authority, and to demonstrate strength and courage, to list some of them. So Scripture directs masculine virtues and rebukes masculine vices as it does with feminine ones. So, for example, Scripture would lead us to rebuke feminism. Scripture would lead us to rebuke rebellious and loud and nagging wives. Well, amen. We should do that. Andrew does that often, and I'm glad that he does.
We should do that, but we should like really never emphasize that and pretty much only go after whenever guys say potty words. Like
This guy's killing me, dude. This guy is making my soul die.
let's put him on double time speed and wait for him to interact with Andrew. We'll just shut up for a bit and we'll put him on double time speed.
Can we just like skip his opening segment and like get into where Andrew talks to him, because this guy's saying nothing.
Oh, do you guys
Yeah,
mind if I read the super chats when they come in too?
Oh yeah,
On
you
in
can
here?
read yours. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Ericoda for $2. Thank you very much. It says no amount of praying can fix Cleve's hairline. Thank you.
That's right. It's over. It's over. No, actually, that's actually a complete lie. God can heal my hairline. He actually can. So pray for my hairline, please.
Okay.
W spam W if you're gonna pray for.
Grow.
Do it now. Do it now. Pray right now.
Look, I'm always gonna look like Seth Rogen. I'm always gonna sound like Nick Fuentes. There's no saving me, and there might be no saving your hairline. But you know what's true? We can all be saved by Christ. Hey, youth pastor moment. I spin the chair around. Pretend I spun the chair around. Hey, sport. You can't save that hairline, but you can be saved by the blood of Jesus.
That's right.
W. Dude, was that reaching the heck in youth with that one? Dude?
Thank you, Pastor. When are we playing dodgeball?
Pizza. There will be pizza on Friday at dodgeball.
Oh,
The question is, are we going to apply the same standard to men? So that brings us to the practicals, which is what Andrew wanted to get into. Promised you that I would get here, Andrew. And I
I'm
have
gonna fast forward
references
this, guys,
and or
sorry.
screenshots for most of these. So if anybody wants them, in fact, I may just make a Twitter thread later that has all the screenshots.
A minute, open a statement, and I will start your time as soon as you begin to speak.
and I'm about to get banned from the internet after this opening.
Yeah, so I'm not on my my normal rig here, so bear with me. It's interesting. One thing that Gabriel should probably add to his timeline is how I predicted exactly what he would do. These aren't even criticisms. So what he wanted to do is do what's called audience hijacking. He wanted to have a lot of people on him because he has this little teeny tiny blog. So he was baiting for debate. These are the weakest criticisms I've ever heard. But you know what? I take everything.
I looked at Bro's. Oh yeah, I'll also just like say some of the stuff he said. He mainly just read tweets. There was one where Andrew told someone to shut the F up. And then I think there was another where Andrew said, what was it? He said, Halo sucks balls or something. He said that. And so his critique is just these two tweets or something. And
You
you're
can't
like,
say that. You can't say that. You can't say balls.
yeah, bro, you can't say balls. It's like, why can't I say it? You're literally breaking my balls right now.
You can't say that, dude. You can't.
I can't say balls, but you're breaking mine. So what's
You
with that?
when you say that, you terrify me. I get scared. I get defensive. You put me in a self-defense situation, and you don't want to put me in a self-defense situation, okay? If you say that word around me, brother, it's going down.
Mario, you got to pull up my cleave to hairline comment a bit up in the chat. It's gold. Can you just re-say it? I'm too lazy.
Someone in my chat said that you sound like Jesse's friend from Breaking Bad.
Dive right into it.
Oh, Beaver or Bratty or whatever his name is. I get that guy all the time too.
Yeah.
I sound like him or I look like him. I can't remember.
Oh, you sound like him. Someone said you look like Seth Rogen.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's more on brand. I normally get sound like, look like. Okay, that's good.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to look like Beaver. I don't want to look like Seth Rogen either, but what are you going to do?
One of the biggest problems with this debate is getting to the idea of
Also, I kind of want to feed the trolls because I like the comments on my algorithm. Do not call me. I have an announcement to make. Do not call me Seth Rogen in any comment. And do not say I sound like Nick Fuentes. I freaking don't. I don't. Literally.
What's the next thing I was going to reference?
Well, yeah, it's, these people, they think they're original. Hey, you're not original. I get this all the time. I've been getting it for 7 years. 7 years. I've been getting it for 7 years. How dare you? They hear like a non-Southern accent and they're like, oh, you sound like Nick Fuentes. I don't sound like Nick Fuentes! I'm trying to get a good clip there. I'm sorry. That's kind of astroturfed, but I want to get a good clip.
That was a clip farm chat.
Yeah, anything for the grift, though. I love grifting. I'm a grifter. I love grifting. I hecking love grifting. I need a t-shirt that says I freaking love grifting. That'd be so funny. I get that shirt with the I have autism, please be patient hat, and then I go live. That's hilarious. Okay, anyhow, back to this.
what biblical masculinity or femininity even is. The reason for this is the Bible isn't actually particularly clear on the specifics of the concept because it didn't really need to be. And we use these concepts of modernity kind of the wrong way. My opponent will likely try to use scripture, as he did, for deed to make these determinations about these concepts, but he will fall into a basic philosophical error when it comes to his epistemology. Deeds themselves wouldn't identify this concept very well. The reason is virtues are all shared. They're universal. All of them. He can point to his Christology and embody the virtues of Christ as being virtues which would be considered masculine, which he did. But those virtues apply as much to women as they do men, so it doesn't go anywhere.
6, 7.
He can't name a single one that doesn't. He can appeal to femininity, but that brings us right back to the same problem and ends up being question begging. He can perhaps tie femininity to childbirth and motherhood, but I assume he expects feminine virtues out of women who can't have children and are not mothers. So he didn't do a very good job explaining anything about biblical masculinity or femininity. I'm not even sure what he means when he says biblical masculinity, and while he will likely use his entire 10-minute opening to dazzle us with sermonizing nonsense, he did. We probably aren't going to be any closer to...
Bro, Octavian is mogging freaking Pope Respecter over here. We have a bunch of Pope abandoners / inquirers in the chat. They know where home is. Dude, absolutely.
Become
Yeah,
orthodox.
Drum roll for the super chat. We love to
I'll
see
do
it.
that.
Thank you
I've
for
seen you do that.
participating, all you guys.
Look, if anyone's inquiring, this is the only thing that you need to know. Become orthodox now. That's
Dude,
it.
the Aquinas cut comment, I love that. You really should. I think you should do it for a stream for the Aura
It would
Farm.
be impossible for me. It's like a donut right across. What am I going to have a donut just all the way up here? That doesn't make any sense.
Coping, you're coping. Octavian mogs you. Cry harder. All right, we're gonna get back to the stream. Sorry.
having these things actually pinned down. We aren't. Next, it's important to note whatever criticisms he has of me are likely just lies.
That's a funny one.
Representations, and by the way, all of them are. He didn't look into, and all of this is literally audience hijacking in hopes he could peel some off by making claims, which I will now shred one by one. But before we get to that,
It's freaking
I'll
dope.
save that for last. I'd also like to point out here that my opponent has the burden of proof for both position I'm not biblically masculine, and even better, that he is. I have no burden to demonstrate these things to him or against him, as both claims are his and not mine. I'm not obligated to define his terms for him or obligated to be charitable at all to his worldview with appeals like, come on, bro, you know what I mean. No, in fact, I don't know what you mean.
That's funny. It's not Andrew. He's not smoking, guys. Okay, I have the two of you here. We need to discuss something right now because of the
Sure.
super chat. What is the greater evil that Andrew Wilson does?
True.
Is it the fact that he says the frick word?
Yeah.
No, Smoky Man bad.
Oh, no,
Smoky
no,
Man
no, no,
bad.
no. I disagree. I think it's the F word because smoking's bad. It kills your lungs. But when you say the F word, it kills your soul. Hey, Bryce, look at me. Bryce, look at me. I'm talking to you, man. When you smoke a cigarette, that hurts your lungs. But when you say the F word, that hurts your souls. I want you to remember that, buddy.
Thank you.
Give me a little
Appreciate
high five.
that.
I want you to
I
remember
don't-
that because it's a little more pious.
Yeah, I'm not a smoker. I'm just a dirty pouch user, bro. I don't be smoking.
Oh, well, that's still a grave sin because it could cause lip cancer or something.
Nuh-uh.
Also,
There's
I
no
don't care.
tobacco in them. Nuh-uh.
no, actually, experts say.
Name one.
All of them. There's a consensus. All the experts say it. Tovia Singer, he says it. Sam
Tovia
Shimoon
Singer.
says it.
Yeah.
Tovia Singer.
Sam
Sam
Shimon
says
says
it.
it. That's true.
Bart Ehrman says it.
Yeah. My mom.
Mike Levin. Do you need any more experts or should I keep going? Hey, I'm talking to you, punk. You want me to keep going, Bryce?
I mean, I think you got enough, dude. I concede, man. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to be the
Yeah, after you said Tovia Singer, dude, I conceded. I mean, like that's enough for me, bro. Like, oy vey. My apologies.
Kiss the ring, though. You got to kiss the ring because I'm the new debate champion. Because nobody comes to me and talks about experts. I know experts.
Fair enough, dude. My apologies.
That's all good. Honestly, after that, I can tell that you're humble and pious like me. So honestly, out of the forgiveness and shit, I'm gonna whoa! Oh
It's
no!
over.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Should I close the live? Oh my gosh! I swore did. I'm sorry, everybody.
I can't believe that. Mario. I actually believe right now because you said a bad word in my presence, and like I'm so holy. If you say a bad word near me, it taints me. It like turns me into like
Yeah,
a
I
corrupted
just killed my soul.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
corrupted version of me that I don't like. Okay.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna have to make an expose of Mario at this point. Cleve, hey, tell you what, you and me, we're gonna make a video together exposing Mario because this dude's ridiculous.
I just killed my soul. Dude, I can hear the Vatican Catholic theme song. Eastern schismatic, Eastern quote Orthodox apologist Christian Mario says the S word on stream.
Now we could tell, based off of this, that he is possessed by demons. This is demonic doctrine.
I'm going to tell you how the Eastern quote Orthodox did Pearl Harbor.
Okay, I want to have one more piety debate though. Who's more biblically masculine, me or Bryce J?
I am.
Bryce J.
I am.
And you use
more.
pouches. And yet you
I
use
use what?
pouches.
I don't need
The
it.
Gravesend.
Dude, I'm more biblically masculine. All right. I'm the breadwinner. That's all it is. My wife stays at home, takes care of the kids. Super trad and epic and based.
Hey, I'm not married yet. I'm not married until February.
I'm automatically more based and trad than you then.
Well, St. Paul says he wishes all could be like him, unmarried. And technically, I'm more like St. Paul than you right now because I'm not married until February. So for the next 2 months, I am more pious than you. And not just that, little bro, but I don't do your little stupid pouches because I don't believe in addiction.
Oh, I don't believe in addiction either. I just do them. I can quit whenever I want.
You've
I
transgressed.
can quit whatever I want.
Don't you ever disrespect Hillsong in my chat. If anybody disrespects Gavin Ortland or Hillsong, I will be very stern with you, and you will get a very stern talking to. And where's your fruit, Bryce? Talking about
Where's my fruit?
Yeah, where your fruit at, pimp?
In my pocket. I'm chilling.
You ain't got no fruit, pimp.
I do. I just don't show it because I'm so pious.
Show me your fruit.
Why would I do that? I hide my fruit because I'm so humble, bro.
You think you're humble by not showing me your fruit, but
Yeah.
it's because you don't have any.
Well, you're accusing me of that, though. Take the log out of your eye, brother.
Bro, but the reason why I can have the log in my eye is because
Because you're so humble.
I'm self-aware of the log, And so I must point out your spec out of love for my brother. And I'm willing to fall on my own sword. Fall on my own sword optics-wise by conceding that I'm more prideful than you, which is actually more humble. Yeah, I've got a log in my eye, and by conceding that, I am more humble. Who wins now? I mug you.
Yeah, but your desk can't do this.
I'm the most pious in the room. I'm the pious in the room. I'm going to get pious up in here.
Yeah, how easy that was? You just got aura farmed beyond belief just now.
Oh, yeah, you think that was good? I can do that too. Oh, it didn't go as far. I'm the pious in the room.
Oh, yeah, well, you know what? Look at this. Check this out.
What?
Hold on.
What? Your desk turns.
Whoa.
Huh?
Whoa.
True patristic faith said, why is Cleve so handsome?
Dude, Cleve, why do you look that good, dude?
Dude, I don't know. I was just born this way, I think.
You could cause people to stumble for real, though.
Oh, dude, I'm not biased anymore. It's over.
Octavian says Hillsong has more trad music than the Vatican. Can I get a freaking truth nuke on that one? No, actually, the Vatican only. Okay, no, I'm going to drop a massive truth nuke. A lot of you guys aren't prepared for this. And clip this and post this so the Catholics see it. Hey, Catholics, I'm talking to you. You rip off the worst of Protestant music. You literally Google shittiest evangelical song, and then you do that at your bogus ordo, dude. You guys don't have motion. You don't know nothing about, oh, come to the altar. You don't know nothing about that real evangelical creed, bro.
Hold me now.
I'm 6 feet from the edge and not the end. Look, a Catholic could never be Switchfoot. The evangelical mogs you, little bro. And the evangelical will be bigger than you one day. And America's going to be Orthodox. St. Paisios said it. I believe it. Now what? Now what?
Right.
Now what, bro? Where's your Paisios? That's a good line. Shout out that priest that said it. And I'm going to give you a big, epic gong for that one. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, my camera didn't even pick it up.
Not true at all. Not true at all. Yeah,
well, there is one thing the evangelicals don't have that the Roman Catholics have over them. Okay, they don't have the clown mass. Okay, it's pretty epic. Trad Chungus there. You have to have your clown mass. I saw a video. They were doing the Eucharist in a big soup bowl, a big salad bowl, actually, with a bunch of clowns stirring it up. Evangelicals don't have that.
Stay it up. Let's get this going here. Let's show everybody a clown mask, bro.
What is even going on in the debate? Is it over? I'm kind of over. I want to see Africans eating grass. That's what I want to see. The African charismatic eating grass. Did you? I loved when you pulled that up in the last stream. It was the charismatic African church. Go eat the grass. Eat quickly. Eat quickly.
Is there like any context to like why this was done in the first place? Like, what is this? I know that like it's obviously like a clown mask, but like, what was the point of it? Is there anything?
Well, did you hear what she said? She's being very deep, actually.
September 1st, 2002.
Back up just a little bit. You got to hear what she says, though. She's giving a good point.
Okay, I love my female clown homilies.
Not too far, but.
Clown cross. Some of you may be wondering, what is the connection?
Clown cross. What is the difference? Question of our generation.
It's a mix.
Laughing at God's church, by the way.
It's a sign of what a mix it is that I thought of.
Thank goodness this isn't God's church, you know.
I know, right?
They're laughing at something that's big and pretends to be.
Was historically the most important name among professional clowns is Joseph Grimaldi.
Clown.
Now, Grimaldi lived in the early part of the 19th century, and
Yeah, you really wanna claim that, bro? I can pull up a clown mask for you.
Yeah, pull up that. Pull up the chicken dance while they're doing the Eucharist. Did you see that? There was one where they were playing the chicken dance, and they had a clown clapping and singing the song while all of the women, extraordinary Eucharistic ministers were handing out communion. Which basically is just women deacons, by the way.
Yeah, they just don't call it that.
Orthodoxy does that too.
No, you're wrong. No.
Mario, you're solo tier, buddy. You're solo tier. Okay, then you should debate me. I'll debate you. What do you want to debate about? Whether or not clown masses are based?
That's a good debate.
I'll debate clown masses with you. The chicken one dance goes hard, by the way. Yeah, Truk. Yeah, too many people dissing. Why can't people admit it's kind of aura?
I like the Barney mass. Did you see that? The Barney mass, or he was
We
like,
got to do one mass at a time. Let me show Taylor Marshall showing the chicken dance first.
all right, let's go. Let's go.
Insanity.
Yeah, Pope Dyer actually gave me a really clear ex cathedra statement. Your Pope could never. My Pope gives the clearest ex cathedra statements ever. Proud Dyerite, by the way. Shout out Dyer. Alex says, can we please tag Need God so that I can piety signal him for 2 hours in a debate? Dude.
No, he's the king of that. You can't stop him.
If I get a Need God debate, I will just pretend to be more pious the whole time, and it'll be a massive troll. Nobody clip that. I don't want him to know. I'm going to try to get a debate with him, and then I'll just try to out piety him, and it'll just be a laugh at him.
You can't out piety that guy. You know that, right? That's not possible. Like he was molded by it.
I do the performative prayers, all of it, dude. He's just goated at it.
Well, you know, I put my faith in the word of God. You put your faith in men, these church fathers. It's Bible plus church fathers. Therefore, you're going to hell.
Brother.
That's it. That's it. If you listen to anything outside of the Bible, you're going to hell. Do not ever read a car repair manual. You're going to hell.
Hey,
Truth,
I
Nuke,
don't
dude.
read anything. I don't know how to read. Now what?
Well, then you're very pious. You're on the right path.
Oh, looks like Jim Bob's live. You guys want to live react to his debate? And everybody, I don't want to steal his motion. So like his chat and super chat his chat. And if you're a real chat, you'll keep both live streams open. You'll get on your laptop and you'll go and like his and then keep mine playing too, because you're a real Ortho Chungus Ortho respecter. Okay. So I'm gonna need y'all to multitask. Can you guys keep up? Multitask. And we're gonna hop in over to see what Made by Jim Bob's doing.
Have you ever seen that guy, by the way? His name is A Messenger of Truth. He's a TikToker. Yeah. So, like, I love taking his videos and, like, chopping them into, like, bad contexts because, like, he says the funniest things sometimes, dude. Like, he literally will be like somebody will be like, we should be feeding the poor. And then, like, he'll go cut to him going, book, chapter, verse. Like, immediately, like, and then, like, because he's a Calvinist, right? So, like a hardcore Calvinist to the point where, like, there was actually one of them as well where he's like, we don't need to do anything for the poor. The poor don't deserve to be fed. They deserve death. And then it cuts out immediately.
I saw that. That was hilarious.
Dude, yes. Dude, that's emotion. I love that. Yeah, actually, what color is your Bugatti? I don't even help the poor. What are you talking about? I think it's just his pre-live thing. Somebody comment when he's actually live a Reno. And is he going right into the debate? I watched some.
I'm sure he is.
Last night, but I didn't get all the details as to. Are we going?
No, it's a 30 minute opening each.
Brother. Why, dude?
You just put the atheist one on mute, and then we can just we can just crap talk until then. Is atheism rational?
Oh, so she's gonna be.
Oh, there we go.
The Indian Jesus.
Minutes answering your questions from the chat. I'm gonna drop a live Q&A in my chat. You can put your questions in there, but super chats, PayPals, and Cash Apps will be getting priority. And if I see super chats come in from the other channels that are streaming from here that are questions, they're going to get priority as well. So if that fills up the 30 minutes, your question won't get answered. So if you want to make sure your question...
MW anxiety pen, we love it. Also, we're going to be a little bit behind Jim Bob, but I think that's okay. I don't care.
Gets answered, send it in a super chat. And then we'll make sure it gets read. And once the formal debate is done, we're going to open the doors to the community for a chaos and chill panel where anyone can hop in to challenge and question the debaters if they choose to stay, because that part is optional for the debaters. Today's debate prompt,
really fight for that.
Being an atheist is a rational position.
Okay, so the introduction is going to be like 4 more billion years here. So we get it. The blasphemous Indian guy is going to argue the sus and cringe and poo-poo side in the debate. Emphasis on poo-poo. And Made by Jim Bob will be defending the based Chad Ortho Chungus position. He's our strongest soldier right now. Look at his beard. He mogs.
He does.
That is true. I was just thinking that.
He definitely does.
I remember back when he was talking about, he's like, I'm going to start having a sleeveless shirt. Dude, aura. Love to see it.
We gotta go like sleeveless to support Jim Bob. Roll your sleeves up and just go.
Right, dude.
Just go sleeveless too to support him. Yeah, there you go. Ugh.
We gotta
show Jim Bob.
Support. Everybody like Jim Bob's stream, and everybody like
easy.
my stream, and everybody like Bryce J's stream, because we're all disorganized as hell, but we all need
Right, that's right.
And watch me leave a like. I'm gonna do it right here. And I'm gonna like Bryce's, but I'm not gonna switch the live. I'm not gonna show you guys, but you guys just have to trust on that. And I'll show you. Look right here. Look, I left a like. You guys see that? I think he's yapping though. Let's
or middle ground is possible, but there are different levels to this. We can look at the Richard Dawkins scale that is split into 7 degrees of belief. First being a strong atheist, where you don't question the existence of God, but claim to not just have
dude. We can look at the Richard Dawkins list. Dude, we're starting off really bad here. That's bad.
a faith, but knowledge of God. And 2 is de facto, where you don't know for sure, but you strongly believe, as I would imagine most are. 3 would be weak theist, where you're uncertain, but you're more inclined to believe.
You're kind of uncertain,
is
but
pure agnostic. And this is the 50-50 way that
I don't really care about this guy.
4, or 5 would be the pure, would be the weak atheist. Where
Is he okay? Is he okay?
Weak atheist. 5. What do you guys think about 5? Like, dude has overdosed on Reddit, and bro probably plays Roblox.
Is this guy okay too? Because like he's like freaking spurging a little bit already, and yet like Jim Bob hasn't even said anything yet.
Yeah, let's hear what he's saying here.
Just getting
God
mogged.
does
He's
not
getting mogged.
exist.
We're sending all
this means that only a very
evil
small minority
energy
of
over to
people
support.
that actually.
We're sending the sleeveless energy to support Jim Bob, so he's just getting psyched out by our aura.
We're radiating sleevelessness.
That's right.
If you can hear me, Jim Bob, if you can hear me.
They embody this level.
Jim Bob,
of
please save
disbelief.
us.
And they usually have blue hair, and you can find them screaming on lids at TikTok. I don't have any numbers on this, but I'd be willing to bet that most people who fall are 3
Epic
or
right
higher
trad
on that
atheism.
scale, for better or worse, simply do not have religion or God in their head unless it's directly brought up. This is an important distinction to make.
Okay, massive super chat. $2. Bro, God deleted my comment to debate Alex. Ha ha ha! He's scared. He's scared. Keep running, platypus boy. You can't hide forever. Keep running, platypus.
It's not working, dude. I got crazy tan lines, man. You see this? I never roll my sleeves up.
Nah, dude, it's good. It's good. You just gotta roll it up.
Based terminally
And then it's
online
really
shut.
good.
Dude, my shoulders are just so massive, dude. It just hurts. I'm sorry.
That's what it
Bro's
is.
got the most masculine shoulders ever. Pause.
As I am an agnostic atheist. I would fall probably somewhere between the 5 and 6 on that scale, and that means I am not making any claims. I am merely unconvinced
You fall
of the
between
existence
6
of
and
any God
7?
or gods. Gnostic here means knowledge. Theist means a theistic God, and A is a prefix that means without. Agnostic, atheist, without knowledge, without belief. It simply means I don't know, but I am
Atheist?
unconvinced. So is that
Atheist. Why does he keep atheist?
I think that as an atheist, I'm like somewhere between a Dawkins scale between agnostic and also like being a hardcore atheist. I think I'm somewhere in the middle.
I'm not a libtard atheist. I'm a epic trad atheist.
I'm a like I don't really know atheist. I mean, like, you never debated someone like me. I'm just not certain about anything, and I only argue from a position of incredulity the entire time and make no positive claims. And then I try to sit there and nitpick your worldview, and I go, but I don't really believe anything, though, so you can't critique me. Dude,
Do that Matt Dillahunty impression where you're like, I'm just not convinced. I'm just not convinced.
I'm just not convinced that my girlfriend is a man. Now, you might argue that she was born biologically male, but you see, I'm not convinced that that is the case. If it is the case, then no one has shown me yet. And look, I'm looking at the data. I'm trying to see it, but I'm not convinced
And guess what? You can't convince me either that she is a man.
That's good. I love that. That was a great parody you did, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'll show that one again at some point to my epic new audience, because I got a lot of new audience members. Let's get back into this debate. I know we're not missing anything. This guy's when Jim Bob speaks, we listen and learn. By the way, there will be no pausing. We will listen and learn.
Position. I was going to do a deep dive on some of the philosophy that was balls deep in when I last studied this stuff 15 years ago, but
we can talk about the philosophy I was balls deep in. I was balls deep in, guys, into the philosophy. I'm like edgy and I say like gross things, and I'm like edgy, guys. Dude,
I can't stand it. If somebody says balls around me, I'm just gonna snap.
Hey! Balls is the unforgivable sin. It's the second worst thing under the F word, and the third worst thing under dancing, and it's the fourth worst thing under smoking or chewing or going out with girls that do. That's the worst thing you can do.
Listen, pal, there's one thing I cannot abide. When you say no words around me, it taints my soul, and that's unforgivable.
Hey, listen, mother stinker. When you start swearing, it gets my stinking blood pumping.
That's right.
Mother trucker, dude.
Hey, mother stinker, you start swearing around me, it gets my blood pumping.
That's right.
I'm liable to catch a body.
You better shut your mouth when you're talking to me, boy.
Boy, you start saying that damn near F word. It's gonna be a tussle between you and me here now. Well, we're gonna start fighting here. You say the F word near me, I'll damn near kick your ass. You say the F word, you better not say that to me. Oh, wait, whoops, he wouldn't say ass, I guess. No, he's like comfortable with every other cuss word, but just not the F word. It's like, yeah, no, you can swear, you just can't say the F word. Based? I don't know. Can you guys hear me and stuff? Are you guys still there?
Yeah, dude.
No, you're gone, dude.
My stuff ain't staying up, man.
ADHD
Not letting me.
Didn't even get Andrew's opening. Love you guys. This is the ADHD show. That's what we do here. And drum roll for Octavian. I'm gonna let my
works good, man.
Yeah,
and we're gonna get back to this debate here.
They're about to fall off, man. My freaking arms are about
Bob
to
is
fall
clearly
off.
better at that than I am, and is way more familiar with the specifics of different schools of thought and all that stuff. So given he asked for this debate after I was last here talking about my religious positions, I would hope he's here for an interesting exploration of our ideas instead of getting some technical metaphysical point to hang his hat on. My rational position, I'm simply claiming that it is not crazy or insane to be unconvinced of the existence of a God. I'm not making any grand metaphysical claims about the basis of reality. I'm simply saying it's not irrational for one to be unconvinced. Atheism is not a belief. It's not an ideology. It doesn't have a perspective or a worldview. It is merely the answer to one question.
Oh, he's going to get steamrolled.
It's not a position. It's not even a position. It's a lack of a position.
It doesn't exist.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
bro.
It's not a position. It's a lack of, actually.
I can't stand the people that do things like this.
This
Literally
is
that. Incarnate, bro.
This is bro. That's rough. That's really rough. I don't like that one bit, bro.
Incarnate.
Do you believe in God? If the answer is anything other than yes, one is an atheist. Perhaps by the end of this debate, Jim Bob will have converted me to Christianity. That would not make my current position irrational. The debate is not whether atheism is
Bro, him and Two Speed is miserable to listen to, bro.
Grew up without a direct religious influence.
I kind of love it.
Don't think about this stuff. Are all insane, or he can simply provide proof of God. I, however, do not need to show that I can prove that God doesn't exist. Again, that's not what I believe. And two, I would not have accepted that debate because I can't do that. I don't even really want to be debating religion, as I think politics is far more relevant to everyday people. And the right wing is pushing away people who uphold conservative values just as well, if not better, than
religion influences politics, you freaking goober.
We all get lumped in together with the militant atheist stereotype. Now, I don't even blame anyone for having those associations with the word atheist. But the fact of the matter is, I am proof that it's not the atheism that rots one's brains. It is the lack of spirituality that leads to all the feminism, woke, liberal, hedonistic ideas that all of us here hate. There are many positions that are irrational that happen to be held by a lot of atheists. And I'm sure on many of those we'll agree. But the simple fact of being unconvinced is a correlate, not a causation. I don't feel that that you only know through faith is the only rational position. I have much respect for Christians, Christianity, and Christian ethics, and I would actually like to help push these things further in society and to new people who don't already believe it. But this here is a necessary discussion as people like Jim Bob and the Crucible Crew.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, your name is the Indian Jesus.
This is horrible.
Well, dude, Jim Bob will mog. Let's just skip him. We know it's like generic retard stuff. Okay, here we go.
I don't have to prove anything. Did you like that? That was his opening. Is basically I don't have to debate literally anything because I believe nothing.
Guys, I'm really incredulous. I'm somewhere between a 6 and a 7 on the Richard Dawkins scale, and I really don't really have any position. My position is just that we don't need religion, but it's not a position. It's more of like just the plain reading of the facts. It's a brute fact that we don't need religion.
The plain reading of the facts. I
It's
like
the
how
plain
you
reading
mix.
of the facts, guys. Nothing's interpreted according to any sort of paradigm. It's just completely.
He's an atheist Protestant, bro. He's an atheist
Do
Protestant.
they argue the same way? Trent Horn was right to say that, dude. You were right, Trent Horn. But back, rare Mario being ironic to Jim Horn moment.
For the Jim Bob, and Jim Bob, whenever you're ready, I'll start the timer up with you, boy.
All right, thanks.
heck yeah.
Yeah, the question of tonight is whether the position atheism is a rational position. My opponent opened up by making ambiguous the difference between atheism and agnosticism and trying to pair them together. To be clear, atheist is a person who disbelieves. This is an active position in the existence of God or gods.
True.
Agnostic is a person who believes that nothing is known or could be known about the existence of nature of God. So they're kind of just holding a naive approach. Maybe they'll investigate it. Maybe they'll be convinced. To hold both of them together is not the topic of the debate. But either way, if you take an atheist approach or you take an agnostic approach, you have some of the same problems here. He says he's not convinced, which is a non-position. However, it's actually not a non-position. When you dig deeper, it turns out even the statement "I'm not convinced" assumes a bunch of things. It assumes that there's a person there. This guy. There's me, another guy. Can you mute yourself? You're typing. Convinced assumes that their persuasion is possible, and we're not just mechanical devices made of biological structures.
I'm typing on my computer into ChatGPT. A really good response. Okay, so he said that I assumed a bunch of stuff. How do I say I didn't? And that I don't have a position, ChatGPT. Can you say that in like a condescending and sort of smug way? Also, I have a really cartoonish watch that makes it look like I work at GameStop or something.
Dude, it's Ferrari, man.
Hey, what color is your red watch? Got an Andrew Tate mug. Hey.
I got the best type of watch there is. It's an eternal watch.
Oh!
No.
Truth, noob.
Piety maxed. You
Piety
just got piety
maxing.
mod.
Piety maxing.
You're assuming truth exists. You're assuming some sort of epistemic system to determine which beliefs are rational and which aren't. You're assuming rationality and reason and logic. These are all things you have to assume to even question whether something's rational or not. I would say atheism cannot even justify the term rational, what it is to be rational. In fact, if you hold an atheist position and you hold the position that you're merely a nominal biological machine, then each person has their distinct set of patterns that you would.
And like, dude, it's no surprise that like the atheism that came out of Scotland, which was Calvinist, is this very deterministic atheism. They all believe that you basically have no sort of control over the outcomes. It's all genetically baked in. And they believe this. They believe that genetics are everything while inconsistently saying that they also mean nothing. As soon as you apply any sort of hierarchy to men or women or race or anything like that, they immediately run from the implications of their own position, which is why when you're Christian, we just don't have to believe any of that because that's not our worldview. Like genetics are just a piece of the pie. But when you're Orthodox, it's like, no, I mean, having a high IQ really doesn't mean anything about your value because from an Orthodox point of view, you don't need to be smart to be a saint. There are clairvoyant saints that said more important things than pretty much anybody else alive could ever say. And they didn't have to be high IQ. You know, so it's just we have a totally different paradigm where like they really can't account for, you know, IQ disparities or, you know, genetic realities of why some people die of certain diseases or this and that. It's all just completely unfair and random. Whereas for us, it's like, you know, Christ makes sense of the inequality. It's like sin introduced defects and problems for all of us that we all are all dealing with. And so in Christianity, it's the only ideology, and it's not an ideology. It's not merely an ideology. Orthodoxy is not an ideology. It's reality. But in the colloquial sense, ideology that can account for how cruel and devastating reality would be if atheism was true. And that's an appeal to emotion, but that's all they ever do.
It's funny too when they have that determinist view, because like then they're sitting up here debating. Like, dude, I was determined to believe in God, bro. Like, I don't understand like why you're trying to convince me otherwise, man. Am I determined to listen to you as well? Like, am I determined to believe?
Here's the thing. According to Richard Dawkins, we don't have free will, but we can pretend we do, by golly. And so I'm pretending that I do. And I'm debating because I like it. And
Alex
it
O'Connor.
always gets back to preferences with them. Every freaking time. It's always preferences. Let's watch Jim Bob continue to mog.
Call rational in the mind or in the brain, I should say. And so there isn't any universal called rational or non-rational. So in my opponent's opener, he didn't actually defend a position. He merely said, I'm not convinced. I could just as well say, well, based on your epistemic standard, I could say, I'm not convinced of your agnostic position, that not being convinced is a rational position. Convinced by what standard, right? What is it to convince you? Well, like I said, you're assuming a bunch of things have to be the case in order to be convinced, right? Are you holding a position that you're not just a cluster of atoms and molecules smashing together accidentally, uttering things from your mouth hole or from any other hole for that matter? Are we getting to something called truth? Is there something to get to? Is logic a thing in your worldview? I didn't hear anything. I heard a couple of non-positions, and then I heard a sort of affirmative political stance. Even if we got into the political avenue of this, an atheist position wouldn't be rational in making claims of what society should and shouldn't do. Atheism has no normative position on what we should or shouldn't do. In fact, it's all nominal again. It reduces to each person's individual wants and desires. And if someone wants to pursue the government and take a hold of its guns and deploy some sort of totalitarian regime, that would be completely consistent with atheism. So I'm not sure where he thinks he's going by appealing to traditional values. Which tradition? Traditional values. Which tradition is he referring to? Well, to be an atheist and to appeal to traditional values itself would be kind of contradictory. In order to reason, in believing in something that's worth believing in, and I'm wondering what my opponent is actually.
Dude, massive truth nukes being dumped everywhere. It's just insane levels of truth nukes. Cleve, are you getting EP, my friend?
Yeah, I'm a little tired, dude.
Because you've been streaming for hours. Whenever you need to go, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll give it maybe like 5-10 more minutes.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Let's say I'll probably end up going to continue my stream as well eventually at that point, because I did promise to review a specific debate on TikTok that I got to look at as well. It's between The Word Wins and Ahmed Qureshi. It's a Trinity logicality debate.
Who is that?
They're both so Ahmed Qureshi is a goober. He's a Muslim pseudo, and then freaking The Word Wins is a pretty popular Trinitarian on TikTok, and I told him that I'd review his debate and stuff, so I also have to get that done before my thing, and I have a specific time to be able to stream with kids and stuff like that.
I don't know any of these TikTok guys at all. Like,
oh, you'll learn them. You'll learn them. It's all right. You just stay on long enough, you'll figure out who they are.
Presenting as a system. Is he talking about evidence? Is he going to say I need evidence to believe in God, and then you'll move me over? Just like being convinced, evidence itself has a whole slew of metaphysical assumptions that atheism cannot justify. So if it's the case that holding an atheistic position, which again is not what he said in his opener, the atheist position, to be clear, is a person who affirms, who holds a positive position that God doesn't exist, as opposed to an agnostic position, a person who believes that they just don't have enough information.
Ask Bryce when
that's
he's
agnosticism.
debating.
Atheism is a hard position which you're defending tonight.
Oh, you're debating Taco Talks?
Yeah,
am I?
You debating Taco Talks, dude?
I didn't know that I was gonna do that.
He's kind of a clown.
I mean, like I know him, and I've back and forth in the I've made videos back and forth with him before, but he doesn't go live very often, because the last time that he went live with this and debated this Roman Catholic dude named Jesus and whatnot. That's his.
Yeah, I remember that. Did he get mogged?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was so bad. It was so bad that he hasn't really went live since.
Was that when there was that thing that happened at that Catholic school and he refused to pray with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That was a mess.
Yeah,
that
it was bad.
Man. There's something.
No, he refused to pray. He refused to pray for him. That was the worst part.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that he refused to pray with them. It was that he refused to pray for them.
Which is weird.
There's something about the guy, like his pupils are way, way, way too big. It just looks scary to me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like his pupils take up most of his eye, and he's looking into the camera.
I'd love for that to happen, but I just doubt it, because
Alex, that's just not gonna happen, dude.
Because these guys are not willing to debate because they suck and they're dumb.
Also, I'm pretty sure Need God and Taco Talks disagree with each other. I'm pretty sure that Taco is a full-fledged non-denom, I hate all denominations thing, and Need God is a Baptist, so I don't think they would work well together.
I mean, it's hard for us to understand where they're different and where they agree, because it all sounds dumb to us. But yeah, they anathematize each other all the time.
He doesn't have to actually believe in atheism. In fact, he's based on interacting with him before. I don't think he actually does hold a strong atheist position. But for the sake of the argument tonight, I would probably recommend that he either abandons it and concedes to the debate, and we can move on to a different topic, or he just takes on and puts on the hat of atheism, hard atheism. You can't mingle your own personal naive approach to atheism. You have to actually take the position and argue if it's rational or not. So how do we determine what's rational is probably a good question. Based on or in accordance with reason or logic. Well, if atheism can't even tell you what reason or logic is, what its ontology is, how could an atheist actually tell you what's in accordance with reason or logic? Their own worldview denies that there's a universal reality to reason and logic. In fact, each of our brains operating exactly how they're determined to is completely consistent with their worldview. We would all have our own system of what's in accordance with reason or logic, because the only arbiter for truth is our own experience, period. Whereas a theistic view, a Christian view, would actually make a bigger claim and say, well, the ontology of reason and logic, things like rationality, the fact that we have faculties and a will to pursue the truth and debate about it, the fact that we believe that we can be convinced of things, that further in politics and our behaviors that we ought to operate a certain way, or the fact
can't
that
wait
we
for
think
the
that human beings
crossing
have some
jam
sort of value such that we could make laws derivative of that
Hey,
assumption that we have value.
totally,
An atheist view has
maybe
no
the-
justification for human value. In fact, from their
Are they
worldview, they
there
can't even really
yet?
tell
Are
you
we
what a human
behind
is,
the
independent of if you know them. In fact, for this law, no words. You have to say, then some
where I believe different philosophies that would give me a, what
What's the more
otherwise the
formal
definition
debate?
that atheist means that you
Oh, I think
affirm
they're doing
that God
rebuttals
doesn't
too,
exist.
bro.
Anybody, if you look at any public atheist published
I'll just
otherwise,
go to live.
atheism
just
has
go to-
no worldview. All these things you just say, the atheist perspective, the secular worldview, those are things other than the secularity, other than the atheism. And
I know. What are you gonna do? You
I
don't
can
agree on
see what's
anything.
All right. Thank you for that rebuttal. And we're going to hand the mic over back to Jim Bob. And whenever you're ready
You just
for
don't
your
understand the
rebuttal, Jim Bob, I'll start the
transcendental
timer up with your
argument.
voice.
Okay.
What's that, Cleve?
You just don't understand the transcendental argument.
You just don't understand, Ty. Like, the problem is you don't have any metaphysical, philosophical understanding, and it's like you approach everything like it's all brute facts, and like, dude, you don't understand. You're presupposing so many things. There's so many implications to what you're saying, and it's like you're in a performative contradiction right now. You don't even understand it.
Like, I don't even grant debating at all. I don't even grant you the ability to debate.
I don't grant you the concept of debating
I don't grant you the ability to speak even, actually.
until you can prove.
Not to be rude, but you suck.
You're just a goober, dude. You're just a goober.
W, I like that. Dude, you got to hit them with that. You got to precept them. You know, they hate it, but it is a good argument.
Yeah, what is your epistemic justification for knowledge and the ability to debate in the first place, you
Well,
goober?
that's right. You don't have one.
You don't have one. So then, therefore, I don't care about anything you say. I win.
Oh, man, now.
See, you just won the debate. I just won the debate.
I want to debate, bro. I view that as a concession. You debating is a concession to tag. Based? That's actually kind of based. Kind of true, actually. You can't account for a mind. You can't account for any of the things that would make it so you can debate. You can't account for words. I mean, wasn't it that that
You
one,
can't account for music either, meaning you can't account for the existence of creed without being a Christian.
You can't account for the creed I'm singing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the words that it constitutes.
What a mess.
Yeah, tight.
I'm gonna probably go freaking review my debate, y'all. This was
All right,
fun. I enjoyed this.
I'll do a little bit more, and I'll probably be getting off in like 30 or so, because I don't want to steal too much of Jim Bob's shine, gang. I don't want to steal his shine.
sure.
I didn't know he had anything going on. I can't keep up with how many ortho people there are. I can't keep up.
Yeah, I don't
You
really
could
have
probably-
I don't have a consistent schedule, if I'm gonna be real.
Now that you have enabled that setting, you probably send the live stream audience there when you're done, by the way.
That's what I'll do. I'll send all my Chad nerds, as Jay calls them, right over to Jim Bob to like, subscribe, and
It's a
more.
good idea.
But if you're on a stream right now and you liked this collab, did you guys like this collab? Was it a W collab? If you like the collab, you guys need to comment W in the comments after the stream ends. And you need to like and subscribe. If you're not liking and you're not subscribing, then help her get out of the way. What are you doing? What are you doing? The ortho chads need your help. Yeah, you. Oh, I won't super chat. Someone else will. You be the first. You be the change you want to see, Patriot.
Don't let that bystander effect take over, man. Be the
That
change.
bystander effect, bro, it's a B word. I would say the full word, but it's impious.
Mm.
And evangelicals would heckerino go crazy. But it's a B word, man, that bystander complex. Like, subscribe, and more. I'm going to send my chat on over to Jim Bob. We've been going at it 2 hours. I think this has been a good stream. And I don't want to steal his shine because he's a cutie patootie with tiny shoulders, but he's a good debater. He's someone to contend with.
Heck
If I
yeah,
can
man.
figure out how to send my chat over there, then I will. And honestly, no guarantees. I'm kind of a, I'm not going to say that again. I don't want to get banned, but I'm kind of stupid. I don't really know how to do that.
You gotta go to YouTube Studio, go to the live in YouTube Studio, and then click on customize, and then you can send it.
Yeah, but I'm going to look awkward while I do that.
It's all right. Just stare into the camera while you.
No,
Get
all
really
you
close.
guys all need to man up and manually go over there. I'm not figuring it out tonight. I worked all day. I'm tired. I've been streaming. I'm tired. Hey, yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. You manually do it. You manually do it. How about that? How about you manually do it? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Okay, guys. Thank you guys very much for coming on. It's been a great stream.
Do the Kanye stare into the camera.
Oh, I didn't know. Ooh. Here's another thing. I'm going to stay open for just a minute here. Send a super chat of what you want me to do next, what you want me to debate or review or whatever. And if you guys could find an evangelical to debate me, please do it. None of them will. They're all scared. They saw me cook Biblicia without even trying, unprepared, and now they're scared. And so I just feed me evangelicals. I'm hungry. I know it's the Advent fast, but feed me debates. All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming on. Appreciate it.
See you later.
Keep it real.
Okay. Let me go ahead and fix my camera, guys. We are back to my own thing now. All right. There we go. That was a fun little collab out of nowhere. Let me sit back down. That's funny. Ugh. Anybody who's on TikTok, share the live to as many people as you can. I'm going to be reviewing a debate that people probably want to see. So yeah, send it out. I gotta find it now. Hopefully I can find it on YouTube. That was a ridiculous